Mahendra Singh Dhoni, I think, is all set to play in IPL 2025. Rishabh Pant made a tweet, Priyatham. It's created a lot of trouble. If I go to the auction, I will be sold or not.
Rahul is a top class cricketer in my book. And for RCB, local boy coming home, that is huge for the franchise.
And seeing them through to a title, so he will obviously be wanting to be retained as number one player, but they have gone for Andre Russell, which I think is a surprise move because captain is very, very important.
Three big names, Shreyas Iyer, but definitely Rahul definitely is what we're hearing, and potentially Rishabh Pant. So three big Indian names in the auction.
The news coming around is that Mayank Yadav is set to be retained by LSG as one of the top three players. Big players and these big movements that is happening before the IPL retention, which is to be submitted by the franchise at the end of this month.
Magnificent catch. Just look at Badri now, diving into it.
Lovely shot. Picks it over the offside. That's a good shot.
Back-to-back boundaries. Hello and welcome to Cric It with Badri. It's another episode of Cric Debate. We have Priyatham, our guest, with us. Hi Priyatham, how are you doing?
Good, Badri, how are you?
Very well, thank you. This video is presented to you by DIVO News. When you see Priyatham's wallpaper, you always get to know what subject we're going to discuss about. We're going to discuss about the big players and the big news coming out before the IPL retention is to be announced. The teams have to announce their retention options before the end of this month. But then heavy news coming out. Firstly, let's dive into it, Priyatham. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, I think, is all set to play in IPL 2025. In an event, he's mentioned that he's looking forward to playing some cricket, and in all probability, there was a clue there that he might be playing in IPL 2025. Great news for CSK as a franchise. Great news as CSK, CSK management, and the overall tournament will benefit if Dhoni plays, isn't it, Chris?
I mean, that rule, we spoke about this on the show many times. I think that rule was, created or brought back to bring Dhoni back. And yeah, interestingly, I read a press report that there was a promotional event for one of his endorsements where he said he wants to enjoy playing cricket. But with Dhoni, you never know. Does he mean playing cricket on the gullies with his friends or proper cricket? We don't know. But it's all like, in all likelihood, he's coming back to the Chennai Super Kings. So that's great news for Chennai Super Kings. And of course, for the IPL, because the Dhoni remains one of the biggest brands of the IPL. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah, for Dhoni personally, life has come a full circle from a most expensive player, most wanted player in the auction to an uncapped player he's going to be. For 4 crores, he'll be retained by Chennai Super Kings. Yes, other news coming. Rishabh Pant made a tweet, Priyatham. It's created a lot of trouble. If I go to the auction, I will be sold or not. And for how much? This is the tweet that he mentioned, Rishabh Pant. So the news coming around, probably he'll be moving out of Delhi. What could be the reason for that? And I'm just wondering which team will be looking for Rishabh Pant. Maybe Chennai Super Kings, you think? Because we know the relationship between Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Rishabh Pant has been really good. A wicketkeeper, captain, one for the future. You never know, isn't it?
That whole Delhi situation is a slight mess, Badri. I'll tell you why it's a slight mess. Because if you look at Chennai Super Kings, if you look at Mumbai Indians, you have ownership, which is standard, which is continuous. The Ambanis have owned the Mumbai Indians since the beginning. India Sevens has owned Chennai Super Kings since the beginning. But Delhi Capitals, there is a shift in ownership for the next 2 years. And after 2 years, the other owner takes over man management and daily management. So you cannot have a franchise have zero continuity, zero policies. I mean, policies and procedures keep changing every 2 years. It's very tough for the players. So now they've brought in a new coach. Ricky is not the coach anymore. Our Hemang Badani, who you know very well, is now the Delhi Capitals head coach.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of dynamics happening, and I'm hearing that Rishabh is going to come into the auction.
Yeah.
And to answer your second question, the Chennai Super Kings will be a beautiful fit because how long will Dhoni continue to play? We don't know. And as you rightly pointed out, Rishabh and MS share a very, very special relationship. So there is a possibility, but will Chennai Super Kings break the bank for Rishabh? If MS feels you got to get Rishabh on the team, you will. But then there is also a ticklish situation. If Dhoni is keeping wickets, where will Rishabh play as an impact player alone? That is a possibility. Dhoni keeps wickets, Rishabh plays as an impact player.
Yeah, looking at the future and other options, Rishabh Pant will be a great fit for Chennai Super Kings. But then talking about Delhi, yes, you mentioned many zeros out there. They add to that zero trophies as well. They have still not won IPL. So there is a reason because, like you said, the management has been changing. You always see them do the fist bumps in the auction, but no fist bumps when they are playing when there is needed. This has been the case for Delhi Capitals over the years. But then, yes, my good friend Hemang Badani, I think he's taken over. I congratulated him on his new role as a head coach. Let's see what the season has in store for the Delhi Capitals.
And by since we're speaking about Hemang, he's a fine coach, Badri. He's led Chepak Super Gillies in the TNPL to 2 titles. Everybody will say, oh, TNPL is not equal to IPL. Absolutely not, but he's got the coaching experience. When we have Gambhir, who was a mentor, becoming a head coach of the Indian team, why shouldn't Hemang get a chance? He'll do a fabulous job, I'm sure.
Yes. Another good friend of mine, Venugopal Rao, he's taken over as the director of cricket. So like you said, 2 years, these two will be there, and then their management will again take over. Rotate.
So is Badrinath going to take over as batting coach of the Delhi Capitals?
I don't know. Let's see what's in store. Another hot news coming in: KL Rahul, Pritham. He is in all likelihood probably not going to be in Lucknow Super Giants. I think this was on the cards as expected. Because Pritham, last year we saw some on-field, there are some things happened between the owner and KL Rahul. Of course, we all came in support of KL Rahul and mentioned it. So if he moves out, which is in all likelihood going to happen, will RCB be on the lookout? He's a local boy. Let's not forget he's from Bangalore, and RCB is looking for leadership.
I agree, Badri. KL Rahul, I think the first thing he needs to do is unshackle his mind. I think there are so many demons inside his mind. How do I play? Do I attack? Do I defend? Do I anchor? If KL Rahul just goes back to playing the game when he started playing off when he was a youngster, I think it'll be fabulous for him and for the franchise that picks him, because make no doubt about it, the guy is supremely talented, although we will say that the averages don't reflect it. KL Rahul is a top class cricketer in my book, and for RCB, local boy coming home, that is huge for the franchise. And like you mentioned, captaincy probably because he's led LSG. I don't know if Virat wants to captain. So KL is definitely a potential and good fit for RCB also.
Yeah. I think so. If we talk about LSG as the retained options, whom they will go for, the news coming around is that Mayank Yadav is set to be retained by LSG as one of the top 3 players. So we'll have to wait and watch. Probably he might. I don't know whether he can be. Does he qualify as an uncapped player?
No. Mayank is already debuted for India.
Already debuted for India. So he will not come as an uncapped player. So the news is that Nicholas Puran probably is a good retention option. Ravi Bishnoi and Mayank Yadav will probably be the retention options for LSG. This is what they are saying. No KL Rahul, in all probably likely would happen. The franchise is looking for leadership, can have a dig and take their chances with KL Rahul, Pritham. So this is the top news that is coming around. Any other teams or any other players you're keeping an eye on before the retention? SRH is one that we have to keep our eye on as well, isn't it? The defending champions.
Yeah. There's a couple more, Badri. One is SRH, the other is KKR. Why I'm saying KKR is Shreyas Iyer. There is news coming out that Shreyas Iyer wanted to be the highest retention, but I think KKR is deciding that Andre Russell and Narayan are going to be the top retentions. So I don't know if Shreyas is very happy with that situation and he's going to try his hand at the auction. But the thing is, let's be honest, Shreyas led that team beautifully well. Let's make no mistakes about it. And I don't blame the player also, Badri. It's like being in a cooperative. Somebody is going to offer you more salary for the same job. As a corporate employee, you go because you have a very small window. So why blame a cricketer for going to a different franchise? I won't blame Shreyas for that at all.
Absolutely not. Yes. See, if you're the captain and if you're the title-winning captain, you want to be retained as the number 1 player. And any team who's looking for leadership will have a go at Shreyas Iyer, because let's not forget, leadership is one thing that, you can say that, X or Y or Z will be good at leadership. But then he has already led, he has the experience of leading a franchise and seeing them through to a title. So he will obviously be wanting to be retained as number 1 player. But they have gone for Andre Russell, which I think is a surprise move, because captain is very, very important. But has this come on the wake of some change in their management as well? Because Gautam Gambhir, Ryan Descote and Abhishek Nair were the coaches who were there with KKR. Now they have moved out because they have taken up the role with the Indian team. this might have played a role, I think, in this change, because of all three players were there as coaches. Probably they would have wanted Shreyas Iyer, isn't it?
Definitely. I think. I mean, there's so much happening behind the scenes that we on the outside don't know, but it doesn't take too much, genius to figure out that. Yeah, obviously, when the personnel in the team management changes, captain and coach, there's going to be some rumblings, and there's going to be some changes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so three big names: Shreyas Iyer, but definitely KL Rahul. Definitely is what we're hearing. And potentially Rishabh Pant. So three big Indian names in the auction. And also I want to keep an eye out on Travis Head, because I read a report, maybe you saw that as well, that Sunrisers Hyderabad have confirmed that Klaasen is their top retention at 23 crores, Abhishek Sharma at 14 and Cummins at 18, which means that they've already spent 55 crores. So how do they fit in Travis Head in this? So Travis Head is going to be another interesting character.
Yeah, wouldn't you, if you're in SRH management, wouldn't you actually just keep Travis Head, because he's literally changing the way T20 cricket is being played? You would want to retain Travis Head come what may, isn't it? Let's not forget, Sunrisers Hyderabad have done this mistake in the past with them. They have let go of some important players and then they have suffered. So if I'm in SRH management, I will look to retain and come what may.
No, I agree with you on that, because Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma are probably the most destructive opening pair in the IPL. So maybe they want to use an RTM on him. I don't know, but it'll be funny if they actually end up paying more for him than the retention. But that could happen in an auction.
Might happen. So yeah, we are keeping an eye on these big players and these big movements that is happening before the IPL retention, which is to be submitted by the franchises at the end of this month. Thank you, Pratham, for coming on Cric It with Badri and sharing your thoughts on it.
Thank you, Badri. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment to Cric It with Badri. And don't forget to press the bell icon as well. Whenever we post a video, you will get a notification. This video was presented by DIVO News. Thank you, guys. See you soon. Bye.